Any additions or deletions to the agenda tonight? If there are none, I need a motion
So
to
moved.
approve the agenda. Mr. McIntyre's made the motion, all in favor? That be unanimous. First, we have presentations. Agency donation request for Common Heart.
Yeah, I'll be representing Common Heart. My name is Ken Solo. I'll be representing Common Heart tonight for Keith Adams. First, I want to thank you very much for allowing me to come in and present our programs to you. And also to everybody in the room, I'd like to invite you to our We Got Talent event, which is on October 11th. It will be the culminating celebration to our Love in Action campaign with a goal to feed 1,200 hungry families here in Union County. To give a little history, Common Heart officially began in 2006 as four friends with a passion to feed hungry people and mobilize individuals to serve those in need in a way that demonstrated God's love. What began as four friends has grown into an army of volunteers serving hungry families often struggling in the survival-based mode of poverty. Our vision is to create a small revolution of kindness to eradicate food insecurity and eliminate generational poverty here in Union County. Many of you know our thrift store, Common Things, as well as our main pantry, Common Heart, in which our offices are centered here in Indian Trails, out of which we are reaching out into the community through our food pantry programs. Currently, we service 35% of the food insecure families here in Union County. Common Heart really seeks to ignite the power of relationships, to break down barriers and build resources to improve the lives of the poor and hungry here in Union County. Our initial program, Common Cupboard Delivery Pantry, equipped neighbors to serve neighbors through the delivery of groceries and has been servicing Union County for over 13 years. We operate 2 TFAP traditional pantries, 3 mobile TFAP pantry locations, a senior grocery program, and have been holding pop-up pantries to meet the needs of our county's food insecure. In 2019, thus far, we've serviced 7,731 families. We also service our community through economic empowerment, which are programs focusing on stabilizing families and empowering them to get ahead and get engaged and help improve our community. We've implemented Bridges Out of Poverty frameworks in our organization to train partner organizations how to create better outcomes for those experiencing poverty here in Union County. In 2017, we began piloting an innovative program run out of New Covenant Baptist Church here in Indian Trail. The program is called Getting Ahead in a Just Getting By world, in which we work directly with families in poverty to establish resources and success goals towards self-sufficiency. Common Heart also serves our neighbors in need through limited crisis assistance, free tax preparation, and Medicare assistance. Most recently, Common Heart has taken on adult literacy after the Monroe-based Literacy Council of Union County abruptly closed. As I said, you know, we are in the middle of our Love in Action campaign with a goal to feed 1,200 hungry families, and I would seek $2,000 to support our programs ongoing in order to reach our goal of raising $30,000 this month. Thank you very much for your help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
What's your name, if you don't mind?
My name is Ken Sol. S-O-L.
And Ken, how far along are you guys in terms of your fundraising activities? I know you said you're trying to get to $30,000 for the year. What's your progress so far?
For $30,000 for the month, sir.
For the month?
Yes, for the month, and currently we were at $18,100.
On average, how many people do you think you end up touching and reaching for the entire year? You think, give or take?
Give or take, I think right now.
It doesn't have to be
individual families were roughly about 11,000 individual families, sir.
And that's not just you. That's just not Indian Trail. It's county-wide, right?
Yes, we outreach countywide, my friend.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
As per policy, this should be put on the next agenda. for a council vote for consideration. Patrick? Thank you. Next is Constitution Week Proclamation. Whereas the Constitution of the United States, the guardian of our liberties, embodies the principles of limited government and a republic dedicated to rule by law. And whereas September 17, 2019 marks the 232nd anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention, and whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate it. And Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America, designated September 17th through 23rd as Constitution Week. Now therefore, I, Michael L. Alvarez, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the town of Indian Trail, do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through 23rd as Constitution Week, and ask our citizens to reaffirm the ideals the framers of the Constitution had in 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through the guardian of our liberties. That brings us to new employee introduction. Mr. Kramer.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. It's always a pleasure to address you. Hope everyone is doing well this evening. Standing beside me, we have our newest hire in our Park and Rec department. As many of you know, our former Park and Rec specialist left midsummer. We were very fortunate. We had a great candidate pool of 158 applicants. So to say that we chose the cream of the crop is not an exaggeration. This is Stephen. He's our new Parks and Recreation specialist. He's been with us for just about a month full-time. Luckily, he came from us part-time, so he understands a lot of the back side of things. At the park, he's been with us for about 2 years total. He's a Wingate graduate this past semester. He ran track from Florida, but tends to enjoy this weather a little more than Florida. Just wanted to make your acquaintance this evening. If you have any questions for him, he is here. Other than that, you'll be seeing him around at the park, at the building, and at some events as well.
Council? Words?
Welcome.
What's your last name, Stephen?
Walford.
Walford. By any chance, did you have Professor Cuff for math down at Wingate?
And I know who that is.
You know who that
talked
is,
to him,
right?
but I didn't have him.
Okay, good. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
That brings us to public comments. Thank you for your interest in participating in the public comment portion of today's regular meeting of the Indian Trail Town Council. Please be aware that these meetings are recorded and can be heard by anyone through the internet. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. You may not give your 3 minutes to another speaker to increase that person's allotted time. Comments are to be directed to the entire council as a whole and not individuals. Citizens will be expected to be civil in their language and presentation and act within reasonable standards of courtesy. We ask the audience as well as the speakers to maintain order and decorum in your conduct throughout the public comment period. That being said, you may not engage in slander, name-calling, personal attacks, or threatening or otherwise aggressive speech or behavior that I or council reasonably believe will imminently result in a disruption of the meeting. Finally, we ask you a simple favor. If you have a grievance, concern, or complaint relating to a specific town employee, we respectfully request that prior to airing your grievance here on public comments, you first contact the town manager, the town attorney, or one of us here on council with your concern. We respect your right to be heard, and we ask your respect of our town employees' rights to a fair hearing to your grievance. I will open the public comments. You have 3 minutes when the buzzer goes off. Ms. Meg, you're up.
Meg Fielding, 1011 Council Fire Circle, Indian Trail. Last week, we got a notice saying that our street was going to be resurfaced. And I know that most of the time, you guys all hear complaints. And I wanted to come tonight to tell you what a great job they did. They communicated exactly what they were going to do, the time frame and the days that they were going to do it. My husband went out and talked to them to get specific information, which they freely gave. They started on time, they ended on time, and the street looks great. So I just wanted to thank you for resurfacing my street.
At this time, I'll close public comments and invite the council for any of their feedback. Anyone? Nope. Okay, Captain Caldwell, you're up. Law enforcement update.
If my math is right, there's 22 minutes on the agenda that's sectioned out after me, so I'm gonna be really quick. You have the information in front of you, you can read it at your leisure. We had some update on the breaking and entering motor vehicle and larcenies of motor vehicles that we had back in early September. There's been 3 individuals charged in that matter, one 17-year-old, one 15, one 14-year-old. We also had a sexual battery investigation that occurred at a business here in Indian Trail from back in May. Took a little while, but we were able to make a case on that, and Detective May made some criminal charges on it. Last Thursday, Eric Dees performed a traffic stop along 74, about 6:11 in the evening for a Toyota 4Runner that was exceeding the speed limit and a lane change violation. And so during that traffic stop, it was discovered the driver didn't have a license. One of our K9 handlers came up on the traffic stop, got out, ran his dog around it, which alerted to presence of narcotics. So the end result of it was 140 grams of cocaine, 50 dosage units of oxycodone, Suboxone strips, U.S. currency, and a 32-year-old gentleman from Charlotte was arrested and charged with trafficking cocaine and trafficking opioids. And then we had an incident this past Sunday, Sun Valley area, another road rage incident on Wesley Chapel Road, right there at Wesley Chapel Stouts Road at the intersection of Old Monroe. A couple of weeks ago, you remember we had an incident where somebody discharged a firearm down below the entrance to the Sheridan subdivision down there, involved in a road rage. So I'll say again, give a little room and give a little patience, but a couple of guys on motorcycles were out for a Sunday afternoon ride. They took advantage of an open lane where there's 2 lanes that cross over Old Monroe Road, and got into the front of a line of cars. The guy that was in the front apparently thought he was supposed to get a trophy, and so he got upset that he got passed. And at some point, he decided it'd be a good idea to bump into one of the motorcyclists with the cars. One of the motorcyclists was armed, had a concealed carry permit, and appropriately used his firearm to de-escalate the situation. And so thus he was not charged with any type of firearm violation. However, we did arrest the driver of the car. So my thought for the week is you can't go around bumping into people on motorcycles. I would also extend that to pedestrians and bicycles, even if they make you mad. So just try to stay in your lane, and there's no trophy, you just got to get home. So have a little patience out here. And then on the back, I've got a summary for just a few of the types of service calls and things that we deal with. Certainly it's not an all-inclusive list, and then also with the number of calls for service, I broke them down by north and south, and just did a 3-month kind of snapshot comparison for you just to glance over. So, thank you, guys.
Question for you.
Yes, sir.
In the last few months, I know that the Walmart shopping center is probably an area for high activity. Have you guys seen an uptick, or you think things are at a steady level in terms of the reports that come out of that store for various things?
So Walmart is really dependent upon their loss prevention.
Okay.
So let's say, for instance, if you're the loss prevention guy that works there, and David is also your co-worker, partner with you, and he's out of work or takes vacation, you might not be as productive, so therefore you might not call us as much. Or if he's out sick or you're out sick, so we can't really track criminal activity at Walmart because we're not really tracking the criminal activity as much as we're tracking the good work of their loss prevention officers, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So far this summer, it's kind of been steady. We had some days where we were repeatedly over there a lot, but we have some aggressive loss prevention folks over there, and we like to support them because we like for folks to get the idea don't come to Indian Trail and steal. So, but as far as this summer, I'd say it's kind of leveled out.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.